Everyone, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back. CantDrop here, finally bringing you all the tips and tricks video for the Tip of the Spear talent. Now, I have gotten a lot of questions about how to play Tip of the Spear. Do I always max my stacks at 3? Do I always use 1 stack? How do I maximize my stack usage? In this video, I'll answer those questions and we will talk about what the talent does for us as survival hunters. And then we'll end the video with some tips that I have learned while playing this talent and what was the most difficult for me to learn about Tip of the Spear. But before we get into the content, for everyone that would like to chat and play with other survival hunters, or in general just join a Discord and chat with other people, I'll leave a link invite for my Discord down below in the description of the video. So if you want, just go down to the description, click the invite, and hopefully it will work, or just copy and paste the password into Discord. And if it does not work, please let me know in the comments, just at CantDrop Gaming, so that way I can get it notified specifically straight to me from YouTube. And I'll replace the expired link with a new one with an at your username, so it notifies you whenever the comment was answered. Also, I am currently working towards a new rank 3 legendary for my next build. The concept of this build, it sounds awesome. I'm really hoping it works. I cannot test it yet because I need my legendary, and without the legendary, the build just will not work. I also have another build that I need another legendary for, so it's going to take me at least another 6 weeks to get these next 2 build videos out, but believe me, they are coming. I'm hoping a maximum of 6 weeks, but honestly, to be realistic, it's probably a minimal of 6 weeks because I still need my Craven Stratagem PvP Lego, and I'd really like to be able to get that rank 3. Now, with all that said, let's get into the Tip of the Spear. So, what does Tip of the Spear do for us? Well, Tip of the Spear makes it so every kill command gives your next Raptor Strike a 25% damage increase, stacking to 75% or 3 total stacks. Meaning, it is giving you an extra 25% damage on your main focus spender, being Raptor Strike. Overall, it's just basically extra free damage. And my Raptor Strike right now does 2400 damage, so 25% of 2400 is about 750, roughly, give or take. I'd probably say about 700. If my Raptor Strike does 2,400, I would say 700 damage extra. So it's an extra 700 damage added on. And you're using Kill Command in your normal rotation anyway due to the fact that it's our natural focus regeneration tool. And it really does so much for Raptor Strike. Like, if you're going to crit a 3k, add 25% to that because that's what you're going to crit. Overall, though, it just makes our rotation feel so much better in general. Now, how should you use Tip of the Spear as the buff? Honestly, guys and girls, if you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to tell you how to play. I will, however, share what I do know. The biggest thing is to never, ever, ever overcap your focus if possible. Well, some of you guys are going to ask, well, why CantDrop? Well, because you're wasting focus. And that could have easily built up to a Raptor Strike or Serpent Sting for DPS, but by overcapping your focus, it does nothing for you. Then the argument could be, well, you could say, well, I got an extra 25% damage to my next Raptor Strike. But that's not a viable argument due to 25% extra damage does not outdo another use of the ability, which is 100% extra damage, or just basically 100% overall damage. So you're losing 75% damage. So the extra 25% for 1 hit or 100% damage for an extra hit. I'll take the extra hit for 100% damage. And that leads me to say that's why you never 3-stack the Tip of the Spear buff. Only time, in my opinion, you should ever 3-stack the buff is when you have Pheromone Bomb active on your target and you're focus starved. Bad. Like, I mean bad. Like, below 10 or 15 focus. That is the only time, in my opinion, while Pheromone Bomb is active, that you should be spamming 3 kill commands in a row. Due to the fact that it's a guaranteed reset for guaranteed focus with Pheromone Bomb. But if you hit kill command 4 times and you only have 3 stacks, you're not doing anything for yourself. You're wasting 25% extra damage at that point to your next Raptor Strike. So that's why you never overcap 3 stacks. And Pheromone Bomb, while that's up, is the only time that you should ever 3-stack the buff. But you have to be focus starved, like 20 focus and below. Because if you hit kill command 3 times, that's 45 focus. Over the course of, say, your GCD, your normal average GCD time is about 1.2 seconds. So that's 3.6 seconds throughout that, added with the use of the ability. So you just got to practically time everything. Well, now CantDrop, what about 2 stacks and 1 stack? Now, a lot of that decision will come with practice in certain situations and time of playing the spec and time of playing the talent. But as for how I determine my stacks / kill command uses is based off of kill command cooldown, where my focus is at, do I need more, am I good for now, what abilities are specifically ready for my bombs, what cooldowns are up, how am I, like, these are all questions I'm asking myself as I'm entering and going through a combat situation with mobs and PvE situations in dungeons. These are all the questions that I ask myself on a rapid rotation every time I join a fight, especially a high Mythic Plus key. These are all things that I have to ask myself in order to maximize my DPS, in order to help the group to the best of my ability. Now, like I said, those are the questions that I run through my head each encounter to figure out the best use and timing for my abilities into my rotation. But long story short is 1 or 2 stacks is perfect use timing for a Raptor Strike. But it will take some practice, so don't get discouraged. The spec takes a long time to get used to and even get practical at. As for tips and tricks go. While learning how to play this talent, the biggest tip I could give would be to always watch your focus. Try to never overcap if possible, and try to avoid draining yourself and starving yourself of all focus as well. You got to find that medium balance. The best way I could say to not overcap is to hit a dummy or a mob and spend some focus, then use kill command and watch what you generate normally per second while your GCD is cool, while you're getting your GCD up. Or you can do it the super easy way, like I did it, and download the add-on Deja character stats. That will give you an exact amount of focus regen for every second you spend while in combat and out of combat, based off of your haste percentage. Now take that number and add 15 base increase to your focus from kill command on each use. So take the 15 from 1 kill command use and your average per second focus regeneration and put those 2 numbers together, and that's what 1 kill command with the GCD cooldown will give you for focus regen. That will help you kind of specify how much focus you're exactly generating to pinpoint what you could probably be doing better within your rotation, or what might work better as a focus spender at this part of the situation of a fight, what might be better at this part. Like I said, it's all going to come with practice. And the second tip I would give would be to never ever cap at 3 stacks. And like I said before, unless you have pheromone bomb up and you are completely focus starved, like 10, 15 focus and below, that would be the best thing. And then if you have time and you have like primal rage or a bloodlust active, you can probably get 3 kill commands, boost up your next Raptor Strike and build some focus. Raptor Strike, kill command, and then you can get another Raptor Strike in. That's probably going to be the best that you could do, unless you have like 25, 30, like 25 or 28% haste baseline and then get bloodlust. You could probably get 2 triple stacks. But like I said before, you don't want to overcap your focus. So that might actually overcap you due to the fact that you're generating 90 focus over 6 kill commands and you're only using 60 focus in total. And that's not counting your passive per second regeneration of focus. So now on to our last segment of the video. What was the most difficult aspect of playing Tip of the Spear for me? Well, honestly, I came from using Mongoose Bite. Like, that's my favorite talent. But as where we are right now, our haste with the gear that we have and the secondary stats, it's just not there to be able to use it. And I went over that in a previous video with my Raptor Strike versus Mongoose Bite video. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well if you'd like to check that out. So feel free, if you have any questions about that, just go click the link and bada bing, bada boom. But that was my biggest challenge, was the fact that the playstyle between Mongoose Bite is focus spending till you're drained and basically like spend as much focus as you can to the highest amount of Mongoose Bite stacks that you have. So the best scenario would be to literally have full focus at your 5th stack of Mongoose Bite. But as to where Tip of the Spear is, you know, it's mandatory to keep a high focus count with Tip of the Spear, because you're always trying to consistently dot your targets. So the higher your focus, whenever your Serpent Sting runs off, you have guaranteed Serpent Sting dot. And it works throughout multiple fights. It's a lot of managing. Like, if you don't like to manage a class, then it's going to be very difficult. But once you gain the concept, like if you sit there and hit a target dummy for a little while and you start going kill command, raptor strike, kill command, raptor strike, just getting your fingers into the rotation of having to hit one button and then the other multiple times to make sure that your rotation is going off properly, then do it. It's better for you. Trust me. It may seem a little boring to spend 10-15 minutes in front of the target dummy, but it will help in the long run. I can promise you that. It will help as long as you're practicing the rotation. Making sure your Serpent Sting is up before it falls off. Like if you can get it at 1 second, that's perfect. Make sure like you're watching your bomb cooldowns. Which bomb is up next? Is it my pheromone? Is it my volatile? Is it my shrapnel? How much focus do I have right now for my shrapnel? How much, is my Serpent Sting active for my volatile? How long is my kill command on cooldown for still? Like if it's on if it still has 3 seconds for a cooldown, and your volatile bomb is up, use your volatile bomb, and by the time your GCD is off, your kill command will basically be right there at the end of its last second on cooldown. And then hopefully you get a reset proc and you can gain more focus. It's all going to take practice on working with your rotation due to the fact that kill command naturally only has a 25% chance to reset. It gets a little easier with coordinated assault due to the fact that it adds another 25% chance, so it totals at 50% chance to reset per use. But sometimes you still have to manage and prioritize certain abilities. Like, for example, Shrapnel Bomb, right? If you go into Shrapnel Bomb and you only have enough focus for 2 Raptor Strikes and a Serpent Sting to apply 2 stacks of the Bleed and a Serpent Sting, or for 3 stacks of the Bleed and 0 Serpent Sting, I would say go for 1 stack of the Bleed, hit your Serpent Sting, wait for your kill command. Because if you focus starve yourself, it becomes extremely hard for a survival to go from 10 or 15 focus back up to 80 or 90. Unless you are Necrolord, and then it becomes a little easier due to the Death Chakram passive ability to regenerate your focus. It was also a bit tough trying to work out my TOTS stacks efficiently enough to maintain a decent DPS and focus flow. That's why I say sit here and hit a dummy for a little bit. It will help you. But I'm hoping, honestly, after all this, that if you had questions, they got answered. And if they weren't, I am truly sorry. But I will get back to you. And with all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to support the channel. Hit that like button if the video helped you and you really like the content. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I will answer them in the comments. I will reply to you at your username to make sure that you receive the reply as well. Now, I will catch you all in the next one. Can't drop out.